Hey, good morning. Welcome. I am Lola Moore Johnston, and I am live this morning doing a little bit of recap over our time in Resurrecting Me last evening. For those who don't know, we started a soft and virtual revival sponsored by the Bloom Society, and we had an outstanding time. If you were on the revival, you could put yes or you could put hey in the chat. Always love hearing from you, but we had an outstanding time with Dr. Loretta Shields. And I look forward to our time on tonight when we are going to welcome Dr. Erica Francois to the Resurrecting Me stage. We're going to be talking about resurrecting our bodies, and namely resurrecting not only Dr. Francois is going to lead us through resurrecting our health, but also my new friend and makeup artist extraordinaire, my stylist, Miss Kai Glover, is going to be with us tonight talking about resurrecting our style. I created this platform, Bloom, because it was a place of healing and support that I needed. It's really tough sometimes to find people who understand where you are, who understand what it is that you're trying to do, and who will support you. And rather than belly ache about the need for support, and to cry about the fact that I didn't have the support that I wanted, I created a platform that would provide that support, not only to me, but to other people. And it has been outstanding to open the platform and share the stage with incredible women across the nation who have been doing just outstanding things. So I want to share with you a little bit about my health journey, and why we're talking about resurrecting our bodies tonight. So I realize that it's improper for me to just be throwing my age out there. So I'm just going to say that I am approaching halftime. It's a little out there yet, but I'm approaching halftime. And as a result, along the way, there have been some issues that I have faced. I have dealt with fibroids that I did not know I had, that were apparently huge, um, and impacting me, which I had no idea that they were even present. I've dealt with blood clots in 2017. While I was still pastoring in Virginia, I had a bilateral pulmonary embolism. And the reality is that a single pulmonary embolism on one side of the lung kills 33% of its victims. But I had blood clots that went to both of my lungs, which means that I had a 66% chance of being out of here. And God kept me. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. So at 37, I had bilateral pulmonary embolisms. Some years later, I discovered fibroids that are apparently huge. I have to have a surgery to deal with them. And when I'm in the procedure to have them addressed, the way that it had turned my uterus meant that they had to actually reschedule another procedure to go back in and address the other side. There was a period of time where I was traveling quite a bit, and I would experience leg spasms just really bad pain in my calves, and I'm trying to preach and stand on my feet for a long time, and experiencing immense pain there. I have had short stints of time where I've dealt with headaches, and all along that journey, I have dealt with weight issues and the inability to lose weight and keep it off. So, over, say, the past maybe 15 years, I have been on a journey to reclaim my health. And there have been periods of time that have been more successful than others. I have lots of times that I have lost weight and then gained it right back. Is there anybody else that's had that experience? I mean, the weight has just fallen off and then it's just come back. And for me, the constant in my life has been stress. The stress of pastoring, the stress of my personal life, the stress of finances, that has the ability to hijack everything that I'm trying to do for my life, for my well-being. It has been unbelievable. A few times I have found myself at an all-time weight high. And around my birthday last year, I was back at that high. And it's crazy that I was back at that high because I have been doing so much to try to lose weight. I was in places where I was like doing water fasts for like 10 days to try to get it off. Dr. Stennis, you know what's up. Listen, I was doing all kinds of things to try to get weight off, and it would come off for a little bit and I would go through something, or I had a trigger food or a trigger experience that will send me to eating again. And I was back at my all-time high around my birthday last year. And I was looking at myself in pictures and it was bad. It was bad. And I felt powerless to do anything about it. Now, there's a lot of people who have a whole lot to say. And usually the people who I find who criticize individuals for having weight on them or not being able to lose weight have also not lost weight themselves. So let's be real. Somebody said, well, all you have to do is blah, blah, blah. Those all you have to do people are usually fat. So let's just go ahead and get that out of here. I don't want to hear nothing. All you had to do was all you had to do. Yeah, all I had to do, whatever. It wasn't working. And most people right now who are doing things to try to lose weight have had a cycle, a long time cycle of trying things that have not worked. I have been a long distance runner for a couple of years now, which means that even at my highest weight, I was out there running half marathons. So there's that. I was in the gym. I was doing things. Been a vegetarian for the majority of my life. It's probably like 1 year of my life that I've eaten meat. So I was doing the things. I was fasting. There were times where I was eating windows. I was going to boot camps and stuff. The weight was not coming off me because the stress that I was experiencing was triggering me more than I was able to manage my health through eating and exercise. So I was eating and exercising, but I was also being triggered and stressed out at the same time. And stress was winning. Stress was winning. And so I had unwanted pounds on me and I looked bloated. I felt bloated. My breathing was all over the place. My feet hurt all the time because as a pastor, I was preaching and all this in heels. I was miserable. I was miserable. I was miserable. And I'm not going to be on the internet just telling all my business, but you can imagine that hormonally, I was having some pretty bad experiences as well. And around my birthday last year, I came to a place where I said, I have to do something different. And so a friend of mine, our speaker for tonight's Resurrecting Me, Dr. Erica Francois, had opened a weight loss clinic. She's in Florida, and I had reached out to her several times before, but at the times where I reached out, she was unable to treat and interact with anyone outside of the state of Florida. But something about space and opportunity met, and I was able to connect with her. And I told her, listen, I had just had a body scan, and the body scan told me about my body composition and reported to me that I was obese. Not the kid, not Lola. Wait, whoa, I was me, obese. Now I can see it in the mirror. My clothes and my closet certainly attested to this, but seeing it on paper did something to me. And I had a moment where I just felt defeated, and I almost felt ashamed of myself, because as a person who has always loved physical activity, I mean, since my childhood, I have played sports, I have exercised, I've been in the gym. I started going to the gym in the 7th grade. I mean, I have always prided myself in this. The fact that I was being defeated like this was really, really, it put me in a place where I felt ashamed of myself. So I talked to Erica just before my birthday, and I said, hey, I need your help. I just poured it on. I was in a place of desperation, and I communicated that desperation to her. And God opened up the door where she had been licensed throughout the nation. She talked to me about the way that she treated her patients, and it certainly was a place or a treatment that I would not have normally been okay with. But the fact that everything I had tried was not working let me know that I needed to do something different. And so my first appointment with Erica was on my birthday, May 7th, 2024. Oh my goodness. And this past weekend, it's not May yet. It's not even a year. Y'all, it has not even been 365 days. Okay. And this past weekend in our community, there's a really wonderful event that is held in honor of our graduating high school seniors, called a Cotillion Botillion. When I went last year, I didn't want to go. I almost threw a temper tantrum so Keith would not make me go. But our daughter Ava was escorting one of the young men in the cotillion, and of course we needed to be there to support her. And so I found a dress that I had to fight myself into. I refused to buy a new dress in that size. To be completely transparent, I was a 10-12. I am 5'1.5", and I was wearing a size 10-12. I put that dress on, and I could see how it was sitting on me. I wasn't necessarily all the way in the dress. And I don't know if you've ever had that experience where you're not fully in the clothes. The clothes are like, they're resting on you, but they're not fully on you because of the way that your body is sitting. I didn't want to take pictures. I took some pictures, but as I saw the way those pictures came back, I'm like, oh God, Oh God. Y'all. This past weekend, I went to that same event. And I look completely different. It's not even a year later. And I want to show y'all the pictures, okay? Can I show you the picture? Y'all look at this. This is my before and after from the end of March last year to this past weekend. Oh my goodness. Do y'all see this? Oh my goodness. It's not even a year later. But I am so incredibly blessed that not only has God given my figure back, woo, the girl is back, y'all. I also have my health. I also have my health. I want to sit this here because I want to declare to somebody that this could be the year that you get your health back too. I am down 40 full pounds. And to see the difference that 40 pounds made on me is out of this world. That I look almost like my younger sister. I look like from picture to picture, it looks like an older sister and a younger sister together. That I mean, the incredible way that God has blessed me has been unbelievable. Now, the physical weight transformation is one thing, right? But there's another benefit that is incredible. My father died on May 5, 1996. My birthday is on May 7, which means that he died 2 days before my 16th birthday. He was rollerblading and not in great shape, out there doing the most, and had a heart attack. And unfortunately, he died. And I am now the same age he was when he passed away. And as a result, I have been experiencing some anxiety. That anxiety has manifested itself physically. And I went to the doctor to have it checked out because I needed to know whether or not I was about to relive my father's experience of dying early. I went to have the physical and was referred to a cardiologist to check and see what was going on. My vitals look good, my numbers look good and everything, but just out of an abundance of caution, I was referred to a cardiologist. Cardiologist was amazing because I shared with him the history. I shared with him that there could be problems because I have a family history of heart issues. And so he said, well, I realized that my responsibility is to ensure that if there is nothing wrong with your heart, that that there's nothing wrong with your heart. I understand the anxiety. Let's get it. So he had a stress test ordered. So if you've ever had a stress test, you're strapped to all of these electrodes and put on a treadmill, and they have you walk on an incline and at increasing rates of speed and incline. And several things happened during that time. Come on, we're talking about resurrecting your health this day. And good morning to those who are here. First of all, yes, indeed, I hope I am. Thank you, Dr. Sinis, for your encouragement. Thank you, Miss Janelle. My face is glowing in the after. Yes, indeed. And man, happy for the total transformation for you too, Miss Norma. Yes, indeed. So several things happened through my stress test. First of all, your kid or your girl walked in her workout gear, and the young lady who was obviously much younger than me, when I sat down, she said, do you work out? Yes, ma'am. She said, you look like you work out. So, all right, let's go. Let's go. So she already complimented me. I'm sitting in the chair. So then she straps me up with all the electrodes, and she makes me take off my shirt, because the shirt that I have on is an Under Armour shirt, which has some kind of technology that interferes with electrodes. So I got to take off my shirt, y'all, and just wear my sports bra in this place. But then the girl says it's okay because you look good. I said, okay, all right, here we go. So we're getting the stress test done. She has to take my beginning blood pressure, and she asks the question, ma'am, is your blood pressure usually low? I said, well, yeah, my blood pressure does run low. She says, okay, are you sure? Yes, ma'am. My starting blood pressure was 98/60. So we get on the treadmill. We talking about resurrecting your health today. Get on the treadmill. And she's like, do you feel okay? I'm like, yeah. So I'm walking and everything like that. So she takes my blood pressure again as I started exercising. And in the beginning, my blood pressure didn't move, which means that I was able to do a little exercise with my blood pressure staying steady, which means that my cardiovascular system was strong. Then she starts pushing up the intensity and asking me if I'm okay. And your girl is okay. I'm walking on an incline. I'm breathing like I need to breathe and everything, but she's impressed. My blood pressure is good. My heart rate is strong. She took me, like, at first she was like, because I was being seen by a cardiologist, of course she's going to be careful with me, but she's looking like, hold on. She pushes me all the way to the limit where my heart rate gets up to 170, which for my age is like 80 or 90% of where it should be. And my blood pressure is still good. My blood pressure at its top while I was exercising got to 128/70. Cardiologist came in, looked at the he looked through my paperwork. He said, ma'am, this is normal. Thank you. You know, you're okay. I think that you were dealing with some anxiety. You're okay. So not to only have the physical transformation that I've had, but to also be experiencing quantifiable evidence that I am sound internally, that my blood pressure, that my heart rate is good, my vitals are good. My health has been resurrected, y'all. I'm back. And the change took less than a year. Now, you may not take the same route that I've taken. I'm not going to recommend, well, I'm not going to mandate a particular route. All I can do is tell you that it is possible. That's all I can say. And if you're near a keyboard, go ahead and put that in the chat. It's possible. That's all I can say. It's possible. It is possible for you to be in a place where you are looking at yourself, looking at your body, looking at your health, and believing that you have completely screwed everything up and you can't come back. And in less than a year, you can come back as a completely different person. It's possible. It is completely possible for you to change your life. It is a possibility for you. Whatever you see in the mirror this morning, whatever it is that you see when you have the reflection of you while you're walking through whatever corridor, I'm telling you that in less than a year, please take my example, that it is possible that you can change your life in less than a year. What it requires is the commitment to do whatever it takes to get your change and your transformation. Whatever it takes. I found my solution. Thank God. And again, let me put that up there again because I'm so proud of this picture, this before and after. That's me, y'all. Woo! Less than a year ago. It's not even a full year later. And let me tell y'all about that after picture. It's cute, but I have already set my new goal for what I'm going to look like when I go to that same event. The Lord willing, the creek does not rise, all things being the same, the Lord spare my life. Next year, I'm going to look better than I even look this year, because now I got it. I have it in my teeth, y'all. I'm not letting this thing go. This is less than a year apart that my body has completely changed, that my health has changed, my outlook has changed, the way I looked at myself in the mirror has changed. I'm walking around my house and thank God that y'all just don't come by here unannounced, okay? Because I'm just walking, I'm just free in my house. Listen, okay? It is such a wonderful thing to have your body back. And I'm telling y'all that I have my health back and my body back. And I want to at least open the door for you, if that's what you want, to have the mind shift that is necessary to experience that. And that's what Resurrecting Me is all about. Resurrecting Me is a space of healing and hope, encouragement, inspiration, to let all women know that the complete and radical change to your life, to your health, to your circumstance, your finance, is only a decision away. The decision to do whatever it takes to make the change. Now, last night we talked about resurrecting our hearts. And the change that we made, the decision that we made, was to pursue the peace that we want, pursue the healing. And you can still see that if you were to, the description has the link in it. And so if you go to the description of this video, you can actually click on the registration link, and you can still see the presentation from last evening. And I'm telling you, it's worth your time. It's worth your time. If you're going about your errands today, or you have some time to just have something playing in the background while you're at work, it's worth your time. Dr. Loretta Shields took us through a framework for healing. And it is requiring us, our healing and our restoration requires us to pursue the healing of our triggers and our issues. Tonight, we're talking about our bodies. And we're talking about resurrecting our, now we have two conversations, okay? So I've talked about, okay, I have talked about the change in my body, but I also have the plug who has helped me to change and deal with my style. Oh my goodness. And praise the Lord, hallelujah, for Miss Kai Glover, who has taught me how to dress myself in ways that enhance rather than take away. And so Kai Glover will be here tonight, and she's going to talk to us about resurrecting our style. So you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Please make sure that you are registered. If you have missed last night, register and watch the video from last night. You'll receive an email this afternoon with the unlisted YouTube link for tonight's discussion, and an invitation to the Bloom Society, which is an online platform that is designed to support and inspire, namely Black women, while all women are welcome. And what we want to do is create a place where you are known and seen, where your contributions are acknowledged, where we are able to share wisdom and opportunities so that our community is able to grow. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching this live. And this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why don't you come and join us for Resurrecting Me, a soft and virtual revival, a place where we're getting healing and wholeness and rest. Love you real, 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 real deep. And come on, let's get resurrected. God bless you.